Hey everybody, I'm your host, Grenade Gato, also known as the Big Cat. My cool cat, put the paws up if you rock with the Big Cat. Today, we're going to talk about the Carolina Panthers. Can they compete in the NFC South after having an awesome draft? We'll talk about it, but first, before we get started, do you love the Carolina Panthers like I love the Carolina Panthers? Good morning, y'all. Hope you have a good day. All my essential workers, I got some great content for you. If you love the Carolina Panthers, give me that dab. We're here to talk about the Carolina Panthers. Can they compete with the rest of the division? Let's get into it.
Here we go.
Before you get started, make sure you subscribe, click that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Now, I want to say good morning again. Hope you got a nice cup of joe, scrambled eggs, and a bacon on the way to work. Today, we're going to talk about the Carolina Panthers. Can they compete in this highly competitive division? After having a stellar draft, I got to give you guys my assessment. Now, before we start actually talking about other teams in the division, we have to go back in 2019 and see what we need to improve on. Before we can even start talking about other people, we have to do a self-eval, okay? We got to give ourselves a evaluation laxative, all right? All right, let's start with our run defense. If you look on your screen right here, when it comes to the Carolina Panthers run defense of 2019, they were ranked 29th. Gave up 5.2 yards per game, 143.5 yards on average. Again, the reason why stopping the run is so important, because if you don't stop the run, guess what? You're able to salt it away a game. You're able to salt away third downs. You're able to keep your defense off balance. Okay, eventually, when you got a running team or a team that can't stop the run, what's going to happen is you're going to have to bring an extra man in the box. So eventually they're going to test your secondary or they're going to test your linebacker, because now that extra nickelback or safety you got walked up, or blitzing linebacker you got walked up, now they're going to go ahead and take advantage of it. So you really play off balance. We got to get that fixed. Again, if you look on your screen right here, passing defense, we didn't do bad, y'all. We didn't do bad. We were 13th. We gave up 3,696 yards, 21 touchdowns. Also had 14 interceptions, and we gave up an average completion rating of 63.8. Now, on top of that, the Carolina Panthers were second in sacks. Now, this was kind of scared me. I'm going to pause right here. Kind of scared me that the fact that we were, again, top 15 when it comes to passing defense, top 5, top 2 when it comes to sacks, and we still finished 5-11. Okay, so that lets you know right there how much of an impact, if we had a solid running game, a couple of those losses could easily be wins. You know what I mean? That's how much the run means. Because a team that has a top 15 passing defense and top 2 in sacks should never be 5-11. We should at least be at least a wild card team. So if you guys think run defense doesn't matter or whatever, these numbers don't lie. Moving along. Now, another thing that Matt Rule, if I were you, I would harp on this year is the NFL team opponent red zone scoring percentage. Yeah. If you look on your screen right here, the Carolina Panthers were ranked 30th. Okay. So that means when they got into the red zone, 64% of the time, touchdown only. 30th. And it's astronomical that the fact that there are two other teams behind us, shitty Oakland and shitty Houston. 64% of the time, we gave up touchdowns on our red zone. Before we can compete with anybody in our division, that had to stop. If I'm Matt Rule this offseason, you know what I mean? I'm definitely making this a POI. I'm making it a point of emphasis. You know what I mean? Yeah, POE, excuse me. Making a point of emphasis. All right? We can't do this. And it's been like this for a while now. I think for the last 2 years, we struggled in red zone when it comes to giving up touchdowns. If you look back on your screen once more, when it comes to NFL team attempts per game in the red zone. Now, this includes field goal. We gave up at least 4 attempts per game in the red zone. That means field goal, that means touchdown, 4, and that was dead last in the NFL. Okay, so 64% in touchdowns, 4 shots at it a game. Average 4 shots a game. And what I mean by average, I mean it could be higher, it could be lower, depending on the opponent. So again, if you get in the red zone and you can't stop a cold, you're not winning. I don't care if you got 100 sacks. I don't care if you got 15 interceptions. I don't care about none of that. If you can't stop the most important part of the field. If you can't defend the most important part of the field, then you're probably going to lose, okay? So, again, it's sad to see us in the top 15 in passing defense, number 2 in sacks, but we're suck in the red zone, and we suck against the run. Again, Matt Rule, if I were you, I would have Phil Snow make that a point of emphasis. Again, stopping the run, and it looks like you did that, and it looks like that's on your category so far, so kudos to you by drafting the way you're drafting. Not only that, make sure you definitely cover that red zone, red zone defense. If you look back on your screen right here, another thing that really got us in trouble last year on offense and defense was third down conversion. If you look back on your screen right here, you'll see the Carolina Panthers. This shit is silly, man. Jeez. This is silly, man. And listen, I know a lot of you guys already in the comment section ready to blame Kyle Allen. Carolina Panthers offense, 207 third down attempts. 207 third down attempts. The Carolina Panthers only completed 66 third down conversions. 31.9%. That is 29th in the league. That's unbelievable. I mean, I'm having a hard time comprehending. Let me read this again. Maybe this is a typo. Carolina Panthers, 207 third down attempts and only converted 66 of them.
Silly shit.
Can't happen. It cannot happen. 31%, 29th in the league. Now let's see what the other teams did against us. When it comes to our opponents, other teams had 193 attempts, converted 77 of them. That is 39.9%, damn near 40% of the time we gave up the third down. And that put us at 21st in the lead on defense. Again, third down is very critical on both sides of the ball. Third downs keep the drive going. On offense, third down keeps the drive, it milks the clock. It allows for you to control the tempo. It keeps the other team's defense off the field. You know what I mean? So on offense, that's why, keeps the other team offense off the field on offense. But on defense, you know what I mean? You got to get off the field. You got to get off the field. I promise you, the teams that are winning, the teams that are considered title contenders, the teams that are legit in their division, they're getting them third down stops. They're getting those third down stops because they're critical. So the fact that we gave up 40% last year, which was 21st in the league, needs some improvement, man. Needs some improvement. I think we could do better. I think we could be a top 15 team when it comes to third down conversions. You know what I mean? If the Carolina Panthers are a top 15 team this year as far as getting off the field on third down, I'm okay with it because we got young puppies out there, and I think it's going to be a little bit of a learning curve. But if we could do top 15, that's awesome. But when it comes to Carolina Panthers offense, we cannot be 207 out of 66 out of 207. Cannot be 31%. Okay, or you're going to be seeing a couple more 52-point game blowouts. So that's a little disheartening there. So think about that, man. I mean, think about Christian's numbers he put up last year, his godly numbers. He did all that. Man, that's beautiful, man. I mean, it shows you how much of an impact he was, given the fact that these numbers are not what they should be. So let me move. I don't want to harp on them. I'm harping, y'all. Let's go back to the red zone percentage for our offense. If you look up on your screen right here, when it comes to the red zone offense, the Carolina Panthers actually did 50 red zone attempts. They came away with 29 touchdowns, which was the lead 58%. Not bad. Not bad. So almost 60% of the time when the Carolina Panthers were in the red zone, they came away with a touchdown. So 50 attempts, 29 actual touchdowns. Now that's not bad. Looks decent, right? Now, here's the problem. I went over it earlier, and I'm going to go over it again. When it comes to the opponent's red zone attempts, 64 red zone attempts, 41 touchdowns. Red zone touchdown. That's 64%. 64% of the time, Carolina Panthers gave up a touchdown. Gave up 41 touchdowns. Now, our offense made 29 out of 50, which was 58%, which put us at 13. Not bad. Carolina Panthers offense, as much as you guys want to make fun of my man Norv Turner, y'all want to make fun of Scott Turner and Ron Rivera, in the red zone, we were ranked 13th last year. But our defense, again, was ranked 29th in the red zone. You cannot be considered a legit team or defense if you can't stop the red zone once more. And again, you definitely gotta get that cleaned up. So again, if you wanna see can we compete, we got a lot of work to do, man. We got a lot of work to do, man. I'm not going to even lie about it, man. So with that being said, man, let's move on to the offense right here. Real quickly, if you look out on screen right here, the Carolina Panthers ranked 20th in points, 21.2 points per game, which was 20th. Again, when it comes to yards per game, 341.8, which was 19th. Could be a top 15 offense, top 15 offense under Teddy Bridgewater. Passing yards per game last year, 228.1, which was 20th. And when it comes to rushing last year, 113.7, which was 14th in the league. So again, our offense was kind of middle of the road. You know what I mean? Which is, to me, is impressive, man, given the fact that Kyle Allen was pretty much a rookie or whatever you want to call it. He held it in the road for the most part, and Christian did the rest, okay? So again, before we can actually consider ourselves competitive, let's go over what we had to talk about. The red zone defense, third down conversion third down conversion on defense, third down conversion on offense. We cannot only have 66 of them. We also got to stop the ball in the red zone. We cannot have 64% touchdown given up. We cannot give up 4 average attempts per game on defense. And again, man, so we got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do before we can even consider ourselves a contender. So let's go ahead and move on, and let's talk about the division.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
So now that we did a self-evaluation on how we can get better internally, let's see how we match up against the rest of the division. If you look up on your screen, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers got better throughout the draft. They got an offensive tackle, Tristan Wirth, Antoine Winfield Jr., safety, running back Keyshawn Vaughn, wide receiver Taylor Johnson. You got Khalil Davis, defensive lineman, Chappelle Russell, linebacker, and running back Raymond Calais. Again, there's no secret, y'all. We know who's in the division. We know who the quarterback is. Tom Brady, Mike Evans, you got Godwin, you got Gronk along with him, Cameron Brate, and it looks like they upgraded the offensive line with Tristan Wirth and their safety unit, and they got a couple of solid running backs here as well. Listen, I don't want to hear nobody sit here and lay on the praise for Tom Brady. We know his accolades, we know his accomplishment. Listen, but football is not played by resume.
Message.
Okay, it's played on the field. So we all know attrition is real. We also know Father Time is undefeated. So again, with the right amount of pressure, I believe we can get up front and really pressure him. And it looks like they counter that by adding a solid offensive tackle. But I honestly believe that this offensive line is more than just one tackle away from being legit. I think we actually quite match up with them well, at least on the front line part of the ball. Now, when it comes to receiving core, I think our heart may be tested with the cornerback. And it's going to put a lot of pressure on these young pups and KK, you know what I mean? So we're going to definitely see. I think we can definitely think we could pull out maybe one, maybe possibly 2. Yeah, we may pull out 2 against Tampa. I don't want to actually go over the record until May 9th when they actually drop the schedule, because I want to see when we play. And that lets me know, that makes a difference to me, whether we play at night, whether we play, later in the season or early in the season. So I'm not going to give out an extra record, but I could actually see us squeezing out possibly 1, maybe 2 wins with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, let's move on to the Atlanta Falcons. They got A.J. Terrell, cornerback from Clemson, Marlon Davis. They got Matt Hennessy, one of the Temple guys. Shout out to Mikael Walker, linebacker Fresno State. Jalen Hawkins, safety from Cal, and they got a punter as well. So again, silly shit by the Atlanta Falcons, but listen, fuck the Falcons. They addressed a lot of their needs. You know what I mean? They got rid of true front. They got a cornerback, Marlon Davis, and a guy who I was high on. They actually went and got another center, Matt Hennessy, one of the best centers in the draft as well, and Mikael Walker, again, a solid linebacker piece right there. In all seriousness, it looks like they drafted for their needs, just like we drafted for our needs. You got Julio Jones out there. You got Calvin Ridley. You got Hayden Hurst now, the tight end that replaced Austin Hooper. And you also got Steven Jackson. Oh, my bad. Todd Gurley. So with that being said, again, I expect this game to kind of be like a dogfight right here. You know what I mean? Again, man, I mean, their offensive line has still been a project. You know what I mean? They drafted 2 offensive linemen last year, and they didn't do nothing for them. One of them had a heart issue, so, you know, I'm not going to make fun of that. But they're still in the rebuilding phase on their offensive line. To me, the key for us to be competitive in the division is up front. If we're going to make some noise, it's going to be up front. Now, we're really going to have to take a lot of pressure off that back end. Because from what I'm seeing is, it seems like Matt Rule is really trying to mold these cornerbacks into being starters. You know what I mean? Which means to me it's going to take a little time. And but if you want an immediate impact and you want to see immediate results from our cornerbacks, it's going to be because of that up front. So we definitely will be tested here against the Atlanta Falcons as they drafted for needs as well. And last but not least, let's talk about the New Orleans Saints. They got an offensive lineman, Cesar Ruiz, linebacker Zach Braun from Wisconsin, Adam Tremont from Dayton, and they got another quarterback from Mississippi State. Again, they're rebuilding that offensive line. Again, Drew Brees also has 3 Pro Bowlers from last year on that offensive line. They got another linebacker up there as well. And they got another weapon for Drew Brees, Adam Tremont as well. I heard he's a solid tight end. So, again, hopefully we can compete with these guys. And I got to say, y'all, the defense is going to be the key this year, man. I think the defense is going to have to keep games close for us. And no disrespect to Teddy Bridgewater. I honestly think he's a hell of a game manager. I think he's he's a hell of a serviceable quarterback. I'm not going to call him a game manager. I want to say he's a serviceable quarterback. A lot of you get mad when I say that, but here's the sad, not sad reality. Here's the honest reality. When Matt Rule said a couple weeks ago when we were in the quarantine and stuff, he said the main reason why we brought Teddy Bridgewater in over Cam Newton was because he knew the system. It wasn't because he was an improviser. It wasn't because he was a playmaker. It wasn't because he can take over a game. It was because he knew the system. Now, with that being said, that's fine. That's perfect. Everybody wants their system guy and they want it run perfect. Why not get the guy who can do it and execute it right? I'm okay with that. Now, what we're going to find out is when this system breaks down. Because every year, teams are good, coaches are good, they do their homework when they get tape on you. When they get a full 16 games on your ass, can you still produce when that system breaks down? Guys like Cam used to do back in the day, Lamar Jackson does now, Patrick Mahomes does, and several other quarterbacks do. When the game plan or the system breaks down that you had in place, can you improvise your way to a win? Or if the system breaks down, how will you look? So again, you better hope your system doesn't break down, but I'm pretty sure it will at some point in time. This is the NFL. A lot of motherfuckers get paid a lot of money to break your system down. And I guess we're going to see what Teddy's made up then. You know what I mean? And no disrespect, this is not coming from a negative or bad place. This is coming from an honest place. Don't get it twisted, all right? I'm rooting for the young man as well. So, again, I think we can hold our own against this division. I see a couple wins coming out of here, but let's make no doubt about it. I think we got a rough time ahead as well. Not a rough time, but a learning curve. And I think a lot of people are going to have to grow up really, really fast. I honestly believe in Dante Jackson. Probably going to have one of his best years. And I think that defensive line, man, I think we're going to make some noise, man. So tune in, man. I think May 9th when the schedule drops, I will give you my official schedule review. And we'll see what I think of there. I'm your host, Granny Gato, also known as the Big Cat. My cool cat, put your paws up. If you rock with the Big Cat, tell me what you think, man. After that self-evaluation, are you more confident now that we know what we need to fix? How do you see us matching up against the division? Do you think we have a big, steep learning curve, or do you think we'll get over it pretty quick? Also, I want to hear about you in the comment section with Teddy Bridgewater. Can he become an improviser if the system breaks down or when the system breaks down? I want to hear from you guys. Let's be honest, be respectful in the comment section. Let's get up out of here. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, KeepPounding_TV, Facebook, El Grande Gato, Twitter, KeepPounding_TV, the whole nine. Let's get up out of here. Let the church say, down.